Throughout its time, Skyblock has been updated. There's been good updates and there's been bad updates. Of course, you aren't interested in the good updates because negativity always seems to get views, not positivity. Kinda sad, but it is what it is. The worst update in the history of Skyblock was probably the Slayer update. If you first played in 2020 or even any time after Halloween 2019, then you'd probably assume Slayers have always been a part of Hypixel Skyblock. But as with most modern aspects of Skyblock, it has not always been a part of the game. Even the End Island only came out 2 months after release. I don't want to take the next 2 minutes begging for you to subscribe, so please go do it if you haven't already. Thank you, I love you, enjoy the video. On October 10th, 2019, the Skyblock 0.7.2 update was released, bringing Slayers into the game. Slayers weren't the only feature added, but it was the main focus of the update. Looking at the patch notes, here's a fun little update. Fun little update. Fun. Dip your toes into some really challenging content. Really challenging content. We recommend obtaining the highest possible skills, best equipment, top potions, and some aiming skills before attempting tier 4. Does any of this sound like Slayers? Because it sure as hell isn't. Of course, no update is perfect and requires some patch notes. Let's have a look at these. October 14. Fits the boots of the pad being classified as leggings. How do you even accidentally make a bug like this and miss it? Did they not test it at all? October 15. Svam Patmaster will now slam dunk. It started from afar if they haven't moved in a bit. Okay, this one isn't that bad, I just like the wording. January 8. We enabled a functionality so that multiple players can hit the same monster at the same time. This issue took 3 months to fix and implement. How do you release a public island boss fight and have it so that anyone can hit your boss and ruin your ability to deal damage to it? These aren't the only release day issues. Tier 4s used to award 400 XP instead of 500 XP and took 25% longer to summon. Tarantulas were difficult to summon because the higher levels of the spider den did not spawn spiders. Maddox's bat phones had a 5-minute cooldown and you were limited to only 1 drop per boss, meaning you did not get any guaranteed profit no matter what you did. Clearly not the smoothest update release. As for the actual content, Slayers are nothing short of boring. It's just entirely repetitive in a bad way. Dungeons is repetitive, but you have the drive to work together when the floors are tough and when there's fair RNG drops, as well as racing to break your fastest S or S plus speed with guaranteed rewards too. Slayers on the other hand, nothing is guaranteed except you losing money. It's just a pure gamble with no real knowledge on whether or not you are going to get anything at the end of it. But with dungeons, you get the option of loot chests, and worst case scenario, you can just pick the free chest and take the reward and go in again at no cost. But for Slayers, you have to spend 10 million coins for the privilege of a chance at the rarest drop, of which itself has approximately 1 in 1,300 chance to drop with the maximum realistic amount of magic find. What do you get at the end of it all? 50% more mana regen and 0.5 more health regen on a floating head? Of course, there's no guarantees. You can do 1,300 Svens and not see a single overflux drop. By the time a player has done 800 Svan Patmasters, which bear in mind takes several hours, there is an average of 50% chance that they did or did not get an overflux, which is honestly insane and is by no means a good profit method. At the end of the day, Slayers are a horrible grind and I recommend not touching them after you unlock everything. Also, it can totally ignore Sven level 8 because the reward is quite possibly the worst use of 15 hours of your time possible. I have no idea how that fucking hamster does it.